Okay, we're ending the timer early because both players are already doing their roles. That's very early, like it's like 3 minutes before the intended time, but who cares? Anyways,
Hey,
hello everyone.
At least we get to get here faster. I mean, at least for me, I love watching these matches.
Indeed.
Okay. So we see a race 3 ban coming in right away from the leegun. This is between Tevelkin and leegun. It's definitely going to be very interesting to see, just because this is probably one of like the lowest seeds we see in round of 64.
Yeah, it's because in playoffs the match between WinPD and leegun ended in a win by default for leegun, who's also the lower seed. So right now it will definitely be a very tough climb for leegun.
Yeah, and we see LN 3 ban from Tevelkin and a Rice 3 ban from leegun. I really wonder if we're gonna see a Rice versus LN dynamic. I mean, I know Tevelkin's a very strong Rice player in general. I'm not really too sure on their accuracy. I would assume it's pretty decent though, at least. Especially given that they're pretty physical when it comes to Rice.
Yeah, to be honest, I won't doubt that this will be a Rice versus LN dynamic.
Yeah, I think when it comes to LN, Tevelkin falls a little off in that accuracy side, but I'm not entirely sure how good leegun is when it comes to this type of stuff. I mean, especially given that they're lower seed.
Yeah, I do want to say that according to the qualifiers, Tevelkin is better in every stage, so it probably is kind of one-sided for this match.
Yeah, that's probably the unfortunate thing, but I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe something else happens. I mean, it is a consistent pool.
Anything can happen, honestly.
I mean, especially within these rounds, because I mean, it is a lot more consistent in terms of difficulty. Because I mean, I would say, at least with qualifiers, I think one thing that makes qualifiers so hard is the fact that you're going between all these different files, and especially of different difficulties. But here, I mean, we're starting straight off with our speed pick. Probably one of our most physical picks. So I definitely understand why Tevelkin would go for a pick like this one right away.
Yeah, the accuracy difference is extreme already. 99, basically a 10-1 SS versus... Yeah, this is not going well.
Yeah, leegun dropping below
already dropping.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is very tough. I mean, we have a 50,000 score limit, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna end the match very early on. I mean, especially with this lead that's climbing up in favor of Tevelkin. Oh,
yeah.
Unless that's client. Okay, I guess that is a actual... Oh, 2 misses. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting 2 misses very early on in the match. But, I mean,
it's on a pretty easy part as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna matter though. I mean, a 300k plus lead. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely just being out of the scope for leegun, which it's unfortunate. But I mean, at this point of the match, I mean, what can you really do?
Yeah. The gap between seed 24 and 88 within this tournament is like 2/3 of the entire player base. So this difference is kind of expected, but holy hell, the struggle in the speed pick is insane.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's normal for most players to struggle within speed pick, so I can't really blame them if this is like their worst pick.
Yeah, this is probably leegun's biggest weakness. Aside from the ban links, of course.
Oh, they failed. Wait, why isn't it stopping? I've never seen this before.
Is it because leegun failed? I don't know.
Well, no. I mean, yeah, leegun failed, but I thought the client would stop on both sides. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But that lead's gonna straight away go to Tevelkin.
Yeah, whatever happens, it's 50,000 to Tevelkin anyways.
I really wonder if leegun's gonna go for one of the Ellens or hybrids. I mean, given that there's an LN3 ban, I mean, I could easily see leegun going for LN1 maybe, if they want to try and capitalize on that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think LN1 and Hybrid 2 are like the least physical picks, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
that picked the ban lane.
That, and also like, if you want to capitalize off your opponent's ban, then those are very easily the best choices to go off of. I mean, especially within these early rounds, these bans can give off so much information.
Indeed.
Because I think
my intention of having. Oh, you go on.
I was gonna say, I mean, I think especially with like mid game, late game matches, you could see a ban on maybe something like the LN coordination pick, but that doesn't inherently mean that LN3 or LN2 or like later LNs are even off the board.
Yeah. My intention of having like 2 ban faces is so that both players can see how the opponent performed on the first 4 picks and then strategize their bans and next picks.
Yeah, it definitely can come in handy. And I definitely do think there's probably instances in matches where like these second bans are going to come in so much use.
Right? Yep, LN2 is picked.
I'm kind of surprised. I expected LN1, but I think this works too. I mean, this LN density is on the slower side as well. I mean, we've mentioned this a lot of times already, but like, the slight coordination aspect of this definitely helps a lot with these like LN players, especially when like, if this early on, it's hard to be very confident when it comes to holding good accuracy within these like LN picks in general. And it definitely benefits like those more well-rounded players, and especially those LN-focused players.
Yeah.
But starting us off, nothing too crazy so far. Ooh, that early miss.
Suppose leegun isn't like. I don't think leegun can reasonably win against Tevelkin even in LNs, but these are like the safest picks, like they cause the least damage to the score gap, I guess.
Yeah, this is interesting. We see a very early miss from both players, but Tevelkin's gonna have it a little bit rougher. I really wonder if leegun's able to get these LN picks. We might be in for a very interesting match. But it really depends how much they can get these picks though. Because like, starting off the bat with a 50k score lead, it's already... It kind of spells disaster if you aren't careful.
I suppose.
Yeah, but I guess as we do get
Both players are doing fairly consistent. Not a lot of misses after the somewhat blunderous intro.
Yeah, leegun's definitely performing a lot better with a pick like this one. It makes me wonder how they'll do in like maybe LN1 or Hybrid 2, like we said earlier. I mean, there's still a big lead that's growing on the side of Tevelkin, but I guess things could maybe switch around just a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the one advantage that I guess some people might have in a match like this one is if your opponent isn't confident when it comes to LN accuracy. Because I think a lot of people aren't really comfortable like being able to 990 even like these easier LN picks, just because there's a lot more I guess more focus required.
Leegun got a miss, which will extend the score lead by a lot more. That's like from 20, almost 30,000 to 40k, which is pretty heavy.
No, but I mean, especially as we get to the end, I mean, leegun was able to stay fairly consistent. Maybe stamina is starting to affect him now.
Yeah, I think the stamina is catching up. Leegun's dropping a lot more towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't a bad pick. There's definitely a little bit of hope that went into that pick, and I think it showed it just a little bit, especially with like that lead pretty early on, at least being somewhat not as far.
Yeah. Yeah, it's apparently 12 a.m. for Leegun, so it makes sense why they're so tired at this point of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame them, especially like. I guess it depends. I mean, some people thrive on these times, but I guess for leegun, this definitely isn't one of those times to thrive. But LN1.
Leegun picks L1.
I mean, it's a good pick, all things considered.
Fair enough. Safe, like out of all the dangerous ones.
I wonder if stamina's gonna be an issue on a pick like this one again. I mean, obviously it's not as stamina intensive, but it can be a little bit depending on how they feel.
I would say it's the least stamina heavy, but if you're like very low on skill, then even coordination can make you feel tired.
I mean, I guess going early on, there isn't really much that can be said. I mean, Tevelkin having a little bit of a lead at early miss.
I'm kind of surprisingly consistent. Like, not a lot of act drops actually.
I'm surprised that leegun's getting a lot of misses early on a pick like this one. I felt like this would have been maybe a bit of a safer pick, but maybe that coordination aspect not being as strong potentially.
It's a safe pick, but it's only the safest out of all the danger of all everything, because there's not really a pick that could benefit leegun when the skill difference is so big, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think maybe. Honestly, I'm not really too sure. I mean, I think it's definitely apparent that they don't have, I guess, the coordination skill for something like this. But I do think it's a little surprising, especially seeing how they did perform on LN2, at least for a little bit.
Yeah. And I'm not at all saying that coordination can also affect stamina if you're not familiar with it yet.
Yeah, it definitely can. I mean, especially because, like, even with, like, something like LN2, there's, like, that aspect of hold strain, which it can build up, especially after a while, and considering that LN2 is also on the longer side, that also could have potentially explained why we did see some misses at the very end.
Yeah. Tevelkin is still holding that combo. This one is not hard to hold combo per se, because if you're not trying to go for perfect accuracy, then it's not easy to choke Abyss. And it's completely reasonable to sacrifice your act like 10 200s to remove the risk of a miss, because misses in Mania are just so damaging.
Yeah, especially on a I mean, you could say that there are a lot of notes for a pick like this one, but like given that it's like early game-ish, could like at least compared to like later picks, there's going to be way more notes. I would say like missing in these earlier games are a lot more damaging compared to later on. But we do see a
Yeah,
PC
and the match ended. That's a kind of struggled but deserved FC from Tevelkin. Trying to not miss while sacrificing a bit of attack. Leegun, on the other hand,
But it is Tevelkin's pick, and it looks like we'll be seeing
yeah,
Rice 2.
of course, Rice 2.
I mean, this pick makes sense. I think it would have been either Rice 2 or Rice 4. I don't really think there's an in-between.
I guess it's either Rice 2 or Rice 5, both of which are raw skill heavy.
Yeah.
Actually, what's the longer pick between the two again?
I think it's Rice 2.
Eagle Rock is longer, so I probably would have expected Rice 5 because it kind of locks a short and sweet win. Because as long as Tevelkin doesn't lose any score to Leegun, then he could win early on, like very easily.
Yeah. Yeah, especially on a pick that like that's gonna require a decent amount of stamina. I mean, we saw how they performed on Rice 1.
Yeah. And if I'm Tevelkin, I would honestly just pick Hybrid 3 because it's the shortest pick.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I guess strategically, this is probably like the best pick, just given that it's very stamina intensive. And I guess given how Leegun performed within like Rice 1 and LN2, I definitely expect to see a lot of struggle for them. But I guess we'll kind of have to wait and see how they do on a pick like this one.
It's certainly most advantages, but considering the whole scenario, I don't think that trying to extend the advantage matters that much. Actually, I don't even know. I'm just glad my map is being played on the screen right now.
Yeah, but we are dropping that FC like 1/4 of the way. I mean, this is still a really tricky pick. I mean, it gets a little dense at times, and you do have all these like tropes as well, which just makes it a bit trickier to hold good accuracy on.
Yeah, that's a pretty anchory map. So there's some places that you can miss on, but overall it's a pretty consistent map. Like, if the anchors aren't, that's a one miss, right? As I talk about chokeability of the anchors.
Yeah, it was like that transition back into these streams.
It's a very hard transition, yeah, I agree. At least the map is consistent, but like consistently chokeable.
Yeah.
So it's like the worst kind of consistent mapping in like favoring the player.
Yeah, I mean, especially because like at times you have like these hands in between these streams, adding just another layer of like those trills that we already see. I mean, we see these one-handed trills, and then we see these trills that alternate between hands as well.
Yeah.
And we really start to see it like impact Leegun a lot, especially like those anchors.
Leegun is already very drained out.
Yeah, this pick definitely isn't helping them out at all.
Yeah, I guess not. I guess the Rice 2 is not as hard to like conserve stamina as Rice 1, just because Rice 1 has so many like wrist rotating motions. But 91 versus 99.75 is just not recoverable at all. And just like that, the match ended with, yeah,
Yeah, a very convincing 200k lead.
yeah,
And Tevelkin will be moving on into the winners round of 32. And leegun will be dropping into losers round of 32.
yeah.
A fairly quick match. But,
I do want to say good luck to leegun in the lower brackets because leegun is like they got through playoffs because their opponent, who's higher seeded, forfeited. So everyone in round of 32 losers bracket is a lot stronger than like the low seeded players in playoffs matches.
yeah, it's definitely going to be a struggle, but I mean, stranger things have happened before, I guess, so I guess we'll see. But that does conclude this match. We do have 2 matches in about 2 hours. We are going to be seeing Pavan versus Gamter Games and Pina versus Trooper. So stay tuned.
Pavan match, the seed one.
Yeah, so stay tuned for. It seems like Pina and Trooper will be streamed. Maybe if that goes by quickly, maybe it switches to Pavan and Gamter. But there's going to be a block of matches after that, so you're not going to really have too many matches for now, but once we do get around 9 UTC.
Yeah, I think the upcoming block is very dense. From 9 to 16 UTC have a lot of matches going on. There's like 3 matches happening at the same time in 16 UTC. Everyone loves 16 UTC.
I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, it also depends if like the opponents are like, I guess like for us, for example, if we had to face, it'd be like United States and then like Vietnam, which is like completely different sides.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we can end it here unless you have anything else to say.
Yup, we have been our commentators for this match, Snow and Lob. Thank you for tuning in.
And we'll see you when we see you.